Welcome to BasketballHeadzz Live. I'm your host, Glenn Poole Harding, and tonight we got a very special guest. My guy, my brother, John Arnold. That's right, the Manhattan Center great and St. Francis College standout. That was my guy from the Madison Square Broncos days, so we're going to do it a bit. All right, let's get the show started. Oh yeah, tonight's program is sponsored by Styles by Nita and Unique Creations. Let's do it.
Y'all ready? Yeah. You have just stepped into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. 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 Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online. Buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Here's my guy right here. There you go.
Chief, what's up, man?
What's going on, my brother?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Oh, man, brother. Good to see you, bro. Listen,
Yeah,
I was
same with you,
man, that I always called you, and you always reminded me of a point guard's point guard, right?
Appreciate it.
No doubt, because it was about team first, you second, right?
Absolutely.
I never had to worry about John holding the ball too long or dribbling too much, because I know the ball was going to be there, so you had to be ready for it. So, salute to you, my brother.
I appreciate it, man. Love your show, man. Love it.
Glad to have you on, brother. And we go back, man, since our teen years, traveling around the country, kicking ass, taking names.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
Different.
Yes.
That was fun, man. That was fun.
Yeah. So, I like to ask every guest, and I know you probably know this question because you've been watching the show. Who introduced you to the game?
Oh, man. Believe it or not, man, Tip Dog, the great Tip Dog, Lamar Thornton. Yeah. All my young boys from uptown, man, Tip was the guy we followed. Everybody followed. We would always go to Tip games. Oh, man. Yep. The dog.
That's real. Salute to the dog. That's right.
Yep.
So I know he had y'all out there early, man, making sure y'all was on top of y'all game since he was such a dynamic player.
Oh, man. Tip, we used to follow Tip to his game. You saw Tip, then you had that little crew, all the little dudes following him.
Right.
Even to the park, just to play, we followed Tip. Tip was the first one we saw. Oh, first one we saw throw it through his legs. We said, "Oh no, we gotta do that." Yeah, that's what we followed. We followed Tip. Yeah.
All right. So what team was you first on? Like, what was your first team?
Oh man, believe it or not, Glenn, it was the Bucks. It was actually the TS Bucks, which is Tommy Sweet, which is now the Gauchos. But 11, 12, man, I didn't play at all. I sat right there. It was so bad they called me Johnny Bench, the baseball player.
That's real. That's when you know you earned your spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coming from playing, sitting on the bench and watching, and then actually getting on the court performing.
Yeah, man. We it was a small fry team. It was a 5'1" and under small fry team where we would travel once a year, and we traveled to Tampa, Florida, I believe. And Nick Van Exel was actually playing in that tournament, but I didn't play. And in that, matter of fact, let me correct that. You had one group who played the first quarter, and then you had another group who played the second quarter. So after that second quarter, I knew it was done. So second half, you ain't getting that game. You had to make the best of that half. Yep.
Wow. No participation trophies there.
Nah, not at all, man. Not at all. You had to earn your keep. But I hung in there though. Yep.
And look, I think with a lot of young guys who are put in those situations nowadays usually give up. You get put in the bench and you got to sit and wait your turn. But in that time, you should be working on your game because, look, Jordan got cut.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of great players who had to ride the bench.
Yeah. It's interesting too, Boo. Well, it's funny, man, when nowadays the parent is removing you from that team. And think about it. When we played, it was no mommy and daddy at our games. No
No,
mommy and daddy
no, no.
chauffeuring us to games. That didn't happen.
Right.
So you had to eat that. You didn't play. You had to eat it.
And I think there's a lot in building your character when you got to travel to those games, when you got to go through and sacrifice for team, and then there's no mommy to lean on, right? Because sometimes as parents could be a little bit overbearing and sometimes see themselves and put themselves in the kid's position instead of just falling back and letting the kid go through the trials and tribulations, because that's life.
Yeah. And it's funny. Sometimes it's healthy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's healthy.
Right. Yeah.
And that should build. It should build something where for me, and I got a story. The same, no disrespect, but the same dudes that I had to sit there and watch when we got to high school, they were watching me, man.
Yeah. See,
all due respect. Mm-hmm.
No, that's real, because look, man, brother, we all have our time. Mm-hmm. And kids think that moment that they're sitting on a bench or they're going through a little depression because they're not playing, that is going to last forever. Mm-hmm. That's your chance to step up and challenge yourself.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
And then in high school, I was over in Brooklyn. I was hearing your name ring bells. So somebody was getting their ass busted. Somebody was getting their ass busted.
Appreciate that, man.
For sure.
But these kids, I tell all my little ones now, man. I tell them that story over and over and over and over. And the one thing we did back then, we practiced. So you couldn't wait to get to practice where I knew, all right, you know what, I'm gonna catch them soon.
Right.
Now it's different, man. You got the parents saying, you know what, my kid didn't play, we're leaving, we're out. Or either that or I'm gonna start my own team.
Right. And which a lot of them do.
Yeah.
And this is why we have such an overwhelming amount of AAU teams in New York City right now.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We spoke the other day. I told you, when we played, you had the Gauchos, you had Riverside, and you had the Madison Square Broncos.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. And you had believe it or not, you had to earn your keep.
That made New York competitive.
Absolutely.
Shit, I was talking to Richie Parker, and Richie Parker was like, "Look, man, Pooh, and for me to earn my keep, I had to beat everybody in 21 first.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. 5 or 6 guys coming at you. Right? Mm-hmm. I think those are the times where you could improve your one-on-one game.
Absolutely.
Right? And build on that. And then it kind of transfer over into the tournaments now, because now our high school tournaments are playing pro rules and being isolated on the island, and high school and college ball is not played that way. But we gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what junior high school did you go to and play for?
It's funny, man. I went to 195. We really didn't have a junior high school team, but we played. If we had a team, we may play 1 or 2 games. It's not like now where you got every school, every junior, every elementary, they got their own little team. That didn't happen with us.
So you was building your game on the outside in a grassroots basketball programs on the outside.
Well, what happened was because I actually quit. When I quit the Bucks, I started playing with the Harlem teams, and the guy Leon Braxton, Hurt, who actually a legend that nobody talks about. Hurt was from Forster. He was from King Towers. And Hurt was the first dude I know that said, all right, look, before we play, y'all got to work out. And we would go there 3 days a week. And we all got our mojo up right in that little Harlem Teams gym. Little gym, tiny gym. 137th and 7th Avenue. Between 7th and Lenox. Yeah. And that's where I started seeing my game change and getting better. And what Herc would do, Tip and those older guys played with her. So he would force us younger ones to play against the older ones. And
Right.
that's where you started seeing change.
Mm.
Hmm.
My partner Stem said Kenny Anderson, Lamar Yoda Wright was on
Yep.
that Bucks team.
Yeah. They were a little bit after me, man. Yep. Yeah,
Right.
they
For
they were
sure,
they
for
were after
sure,
me. Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I actually played. The Sun Devils had a team. The Sun Devils had Tony Childs. They had Paco Screen was on that team. That
Uh huh.
Sun Devil team, and we were only two New York teams when we were the Bucks.
And my boy Stem, that's Paco brother. That's Larry.
Nice,
That went
nice,
to
nice. Ah,
yeah,
man,
that went
lovely.
to
Tough,
Zavarian.
tough. One of my favorites,
Yeah,
man. Tough.
yeah. So how did you end up at Madison Center? Was that like your zone school?
Nah, it was interesting, man. We all went to. 'Cause remember, they closed. Man Center is the old Ben Franklin.
Yes,
So remember, they were. Come on, Hamilton. You got to say Ben Franklin,
that's
right?
right.
They had war. They
That's
had
right.
wars. And
Yep.
the coach, they shut the school down to renovate and clean it out, and they went to Martin Luther King. So we all went to King, and I played JV in King, and Tip and all those guys were on varsity. And when we played that freshman year, then he took Man Center opened back up, and he took me and remember Big Nate Smith.
Yes.
Nate Smith and Tracy Murray was actually there. He didn't play. Tracy's had this huge growth spurt at that time, and then we all went back to Man Center, and he said, "You know what? I just want to take those two freshmen." And he
Wow.
took me and Nate. But with the beauty of it, even though we played JV, he allowed us to dress up varsity. We were on that bench. We were on that bench watching the games in uniform. We got a chance to get on the left line.
That's crazy that you said
So
that because
yeah.
that's what Coach Ray Haskins did with the Alexander
Mhm.
Hamilton team. And
Mhm.
that
Yep.
picture,
Saw
there was
that.
only 19 guys, but he actually had 24 guys on that team.
Mhm.
And out of
Mhm.
24, 12 win Division One.
Yeah. Wow. 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 Wow.
Facts. In
That
eight
yeah.
years, he was 179-14.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's
And
unheard of.
then and then was blackball.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. I watched that game, that Ben Franklin game on YouTube. Oh my God. That was UNLV.
Listen, Beetle Washington made Pearl get on the second team All City that year.
Wow. Yeah.
And Andre Irvin, who was Alexander Hamilton's leading scorer, was on the second team.
Wow. And Ed Davender and Joe King were freshmen. They didn't play much that year.
Gerald King, Gerald Green.
Green, right.
Who else was on that team? Andre Kibler, Devil Dog was on that team. He also went to LIU as well. And young Lloyd Daniels was the ball boy.
Right. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So just imagine if Alexander Hamilton stayed open.
Yeah, but you think they would have maintained that with today? Today, you think they could maintain that?
I think wherever Coach Haskins goes, he was going to win. And he was always going to have a dynamic player.
But see, Glenn, most kids today they would be threatened. Parents would be threatened by that. It's too many dudes there. I gotta go somewhere else.
No, he would have built his own private island, but I think it still would have been competitive because he was supposed to get the boys' hot job before Lovelace. Right?
Wow,
He told me
wow,
that him and Mickens didn't get along.
really? Wow, I remember
Yes.
Mickens.
You want to hear something else? He
What's
told
that?
me when they played Andrew Jackson in 81, NAB, talking about his coach, my boy with the Jackson, that's my artist, Jamel Powell. He said he was going to punch Granby in the face, rest his
Really?
soul, because Granby didn't want to shake his hand at the end of the game.
Wow.
You would have thought, I thought all these guys got along.
Nah. That's that. They were competing, man. They were
Yeah,
competing. They were
definitely.
competing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Y'all, so many revelations. I think yesterday I found out I'm going to interview a guy who played at Lincoln with my coach and the Grady coach, Jack Rangel, and Bobby Hartstein was assistant coaches together at
Really?
Lincoln. Yes.
At Lincoln?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Crazy. But anyway, let's get back to you, brother. So, you guys get to Madison Center. How was the vibe in the school? Brand new school, new start.
It was different, man. It wasn't that many students. You had, coming from King where it was more uptown. King was uptown. Then when you got to Madison Center, you had kids from Brooklyn, you had kids from Queens, you had the nice, smart girls. It was completely different. And the year before that, when they didn't have a team, the team was a little rinky dink. So now here we come, and we coming to change the whole thing as far as basketball. And I think once we started playing and everybody saw what it was, man, they just rallied behind us, man. And oh man, we were the only school that had night games. We had night
Wow.
games at Madison Center. Friday night game. We had Friday night games. It was like a party. We would have a party afterwards. Oh man, beautiful, man. Madison Center changed my life and my outlook on everything, man. Love that school, man. Great people, great friends. Oh man, love it. Miss it. Best time of my life was in Madison Center.
All right, so you had today. I posted a picture with Al McCullough, Kenny Indy, who's my guy from Flatbush, and Derek Casada.
And I forgot to mention the far on that picture in the far. If you're facing it, the top left, that was Brian Gilgis. He was all conference. He went to American University, all conference player there.
Wow.
And it was
Definitely.
crazy. And let me give props. Let me give props. There's a guy, Turtle, right, uptown in Harlem, right? Turtle
Yes.
was like he was my coach. He was my coach's right hand man. All the kids that filtered through Franklin Madison Center, it was Turk. Turk's probably the first trainer I know ever. Turtle. And
Really?
if you see him, when my kids see him, they laugh like, "Coach, that's not a trainer." I'm like, "That's the guru right there." But Joe Glenn was funny. Turk, when Brian Gilgis, we all in the cafeteria, and you got this big 6'4", 6'5" kid approach us and ask us for a ping pong paddle. And Turtle saw him, Coach Dennis saw him, said, "No, no, no, no. Be at the gym at 3 o'clock."
No
And
ping
no,
pong for you.
no, no, no. And no lie, Turtle worked with that kid. Turtle taught that kid a hook shot from the foul line. Kid never played
Wow.
basketball for hook shot from the foul line. That kid was all city by his senior year. Yep.
Who was that
Brian
kid?
Gilgis. Brian
Oh,
Gilgis.
okay.
Brian
Wow.
Gilgis. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It's always those guys in the neighborhood, who probably don't look the part, who not driving a nice car,
Yeah.
right? Who probably just love the game and have a lot of knowledge to give. You
hmm
can't underestimate those guys because a lot of guys in our neighborhood are like that.
Yeah. 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 And it's funny on that JV team, you had Franklin Weston was on the JV team.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. So, during your Manhattan Center days, who else did you play with? I know Carlton Hines went there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Carlton came my junior year. He was a freshman. Carlton came my junior year.
How was Carlton? Because I know him. Carlton was a cool guy, man. Cool guy.
Carlton was a grown man in the ninth grade. Way,
Wow.
way, way before his time, man. Way before his time. And one of the nicest guys you could meet.
Yes.
Carlton was a joy to play with, man. Definitely as a point guard, joy to play with. Joy to play with.
Listen, he reminded me of a more versatile John Strickland.
You think John? He was way more athletic. Way more
Yes.
athletic.
Yes, yes. Okay. A way more athletic John Strickland because kind of like John, you put the ball in Carlton hands, it's definitely a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely a
Mm-hmm.
bucket, and he was so strong, but he finished yet so smooth. Right? He was one of
Mm-hmm.
those combination that he had that force, but he was smooth with it. He was slick with it.
And it was funny because it was awkward. Like his freshman year, he was a little more under the basket, but you saw as he grew and got better, he extended it, which made him. That's what made him deadly. That's what made him deadly. He was like a runaway freight train going to the basket.
Definitely,
Hmm.
definitely. Then we got up there at MCI. The
Yeah,
stories I heard and what I was reading about what he was doing up there was incredible.
yeah. But then you had Tracy Murray who came into his own. He came into his own at Madison. And Tracy probably was the best player in the city that year. Six
Let me
six,
tell you,
6'7", 6'7".
the scout report,
Uh-oh, here we go.
because I always had to guard the best player.
Hmm.
That was just my job. And the scout report on Tracy Murray was just like, he's not Eric Ice Leslie because he's taller,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And the same way Ice can get his shots off, this guy can do the same, but he's just taller, Glenn. Coach said, I think you have a rough night.
Hmm.
And I think he was saying that to kind of, light that fire under me a little bit, which it did help. But that guy had game, man. That
Oh
guy had a
man.
lot of game. It was so versatile and could do a lot of things. Kind of reminded me like I was guarding myself, right?
Hmm.
He just had the go card to do what the hell he want to do.
Hmm.
How was it
Yeah.
playing with him and Al?
Oh man, like it's the beauty of that team. Like just being a point guard. Oh man, when you got Carlton running one lane, when you got Al running one lane, when you got Tracy, you got Tracy. A lot of things were ran through Tracy. Then you got Big Nate where you can actually throw the ball, down low. Oh, that was easy, man. That was easy, man. They made my job easy. All I had to do is just control pace, take care of the ball, and get it to them. That was easy, man. Easy,
Wow.
easy.
That's what made you a great point guard. You had all this damn talent around you.
Ah,
Why
man.
would you look for your shot first? You
First,
were so busy
absolutely.
giving it to these guys, making their lives easier,
Yeah,
which in
yeah.
turn is making your life easy.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Looking at now, you don't see that much, man. You don't see that. You don't see that much. You don't see, most point guards saying, "Nah, I gotta get mine first, then let me give everybody else some." When you playing with a kid like Carlton, you got Al jump to the moon, Carlton jump to the moon. Tracy could score from anywhere. You got to put yourself second, man, and get them going. You got to.
Keith Charles said, "Yeah, you couldn't play." Who you talking
Huh?
about, Keith? Keith Charles in the
Keith,
building.
Keith,
Pat Alphonse in the building. What up, Pat?
yes, yes,
Who else? Let
yes,
me
my
talk to
guys.
people
Those,
out that's in
those
the
are my guys.
building. What up,
Those are my
Joe?
guys.
My God's always in the building. Short Peaches, thank you for coming through. My God, John. My boy Ballhead's in the building. All right, John. So you get to that point, right? We're in our 10th grade year, right? When did you get the starting job?
Actually, it's funny, man. Tip failed off sophomore year. Tip failed off at the beginning of the year, and that job was mine. And that game. Once I got it, it was over. Tip came back towards the playoffs. So now me and Tip we started in the backcourt. And that was a wrap. Tip actually by failing off, he gave me my opportunity.
Look at that. You
Yeah,
sound like this?
crazy, crazy. Yeah,
Wow. The guy who kind of helped you and introduced you to the game,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Fell off. The job
yeah,
became yours. The same
yeah,
guy who he mentored.
yeah. Now I'm playing in the playoffs at St. John's. Next to Boo Harvey. Boo Harvey playing right after us. So,
Wow.
oh man, that's something I
How
have
did
to
y'all
show
do
my
that
people.
year?
we lost. I think we lost to go. We lost to go to the chip that year.
Who y'all lose
Yep.
to?
Who did we lose to that year? We beat Stevenson. We beat Stevenson that year. Oh, did we beat Stevenson that year? We did. We beat Stevenson that year, and we lost to oh man, who? Glenn, I totally forgot, man. I just remember that year against y'all though, man. I know we gonna get there.
That's what you wanted to hear.
We gonna get there, brother. We
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get there. We gonna get there. What year did you join the Broncos?
That because I was playing with during the summer with the Sonics, with Don, Coach Don. You remember Coach Don, right?
Yes, yes.
And Don, we merged. I think Don took me. I think Greg Poindexter was. I think Greg wound up going to the Gauchos, but Greg went and Chris Dinkins. Me and Chris Dinkins came over to the Broncos. I think it was after my junior year, I believe. I think it was that junior year, that year. I think we played towards the end after the sophomore year, leading to the school year.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Because I joined, I think the summer going into my junior year.
Right.
And then my junior year as well.
Right,
going
right.
into my
That
senior year.
That was
And that's the year we played. Yes.
Oh,
Definitely.
man. Yo, memories, man. Oh, man.
Yo, let's talk about that Buffalo game, right? So let's give people insight to the Randy Smith tournament. We went up and played in this Randy Smith tournament, and I'm gonna leave it up to John, right, to paint the picture of what we walked into.
Oh, man. Doc got us all in that van. I know Malloy probably cracking up laughing when he hears the story. We ride up all the way to Buffalo in this van, and we like, hold up, the game is in a park, because remember, everything was in the gym.
Everything was in the gym, yeah.
And we get there, and this park is like 55th. It's like Rucker. Packed. And
Buffalo.
they're waiting. Oh, man, they're waiting on it. They got a guy on the mic. They playing music. And we walk in, man, and oh, my God. They had, who was that? Christian Layton. Christian Layton was on that team.
Christian Layton. They had this white kid, that white guard that was smoking crazy.
Yo.
They was calling him Slick Rick Sabanovich, some shit.
Some shit. Yo, that little white kid gave us hell. Hell. And they kicked our ass. And I never forget us walking back to that van, and they were like, get out of here. Get back, cross that bridge, get out of here. I said, wow. But we got him back when they came to us.
Definitely. Because I think we didn't expect to be walking into such an... If it was a gym in a hostile environment, we ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like kind of back home.
Yeah. Straight up. But I think that long buck, because I think we drove straight up there, straight out of the van, and we played.
Facts.
Yep.
So I see how Griselda is popping off right now because...
Oh, yeah, no.
It was just like the city.
It was just like the city. And it's funny because they had, it was similar to King Towers because you had the bleachers on each side, then the bleachers behind the basket. Jam packed.
I remember that game we was calling Malloy 50-50 because Malloy was trying to get the crowd, trying to sway the crowd with his moves. Some of them were going. And some of them wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, usually when a lot of stuff was connected, that game, it was just like, it was a little crazy.
Yeah, but it was, I don't think it was that time then where with the, that type of basketball then.
Listen, but remember with us, he was trying a lot of that shit out for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So by the time he became a grown man, he had mastered all of this shit. So I tell people, I was watching him do that at 16 years old.
Yep.
Crazy. So now we go to your junior year, right? Your junior year, how's that turning out?
Oh man, when Carlton came and we had Tracy and Al, seniors leading us, and I mean we was tough, man, and we got up to everything was always revolved around that Doc Turner, that big Christmas tournament up there.
Yes.
And you got the almighty Oak Hill coming. And Oak Hill, 2 in the country. They got 5, 6 All-Americans. And that was when Chris Brooks
Yes.
had transferred. I didn't know Lloyd was on that team. I saw a
Yes.
picture with Lloyd on that team.
Yes.
But
But
wasn't that the
he
year he
stayed there
transferred
for
back?
a little bit. Then he went to Lombard.
Right. But that wasn't the Jackson year?
That was after the Jackson year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they thought they were gonna come up there and just run through everybody. And that gym was every night 4,000 people, man, 5,000 people in that gym at City College. And when we got to the chip, I never forget that, man. Then it's like, look, we just gotta rebound, keep them off the glass, control pace, and we good. And once we saw that we could compete with them, after a while, and we start seeing them flinch a little bit. Oh man, yeah, you couldn't tell me shit. You couldn't tell me shit after that game.
Who else did you bust that game, John? To
I don't
let
know.
you know, like,
It was a low point guard. I forgot his name, man. It was Chip something. Chip Gibbons, I believe. That was his name? Was it Chip Gibbons?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a point guard. And it's funny. I think he went to West Virginia too. He went to West Virginia. Oh man, you couldn't tell me nothing, man. And then we
And I
turn
think
around. I'm gonna tell you how
no,
tough it
no.
was. I'm gonna tell you how tough it was. The next game, we lost to Brandeis. Yeah, man, Cleve, and I know Cleve watching, he probably laughing. But that's how tough it was. Like it was no gimmies, no gimmies,
And I
no
think y'all was
gimmies,
so
man.
up. Y'all was so up for Oak Hill, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Y'all was so up for Oak Hill that it took all of y'all energy. And when the word got around that y'all beat Oak Hill, it was no way it was beating y'all.
And if I'm not mistaken, we didn't even practice. We didn't practice that week before leading into that game.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what type of high we were on, and looking back at it,
Who Brandeis had? That was good.
Cleve and Gary Phelps. Cleve killed us, man. Cleve was tough,
That's
and they had
real.
it. Yeah,
Brandeis is
Cleve.
always tough. Brandeis is
Yeah,
always tough.
but I mean, you look at the leagues, man. You look at remember you had Norman Thomas was good.
Yeah.
You had who else was good in our league? Even our King was good that year. King was good. So it was no gimmies in our league. You go up to George Washington. You got to really beat him. It was no gimme. Park West was good. One of my close friends, Antoine Champlain, tough.
Oh
Tough.
yeah. He definitely put it down the
Yeah,
sword.
tough. Yeah, tough. You know.
Wow. So still moving on to your junior year. We get into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all feeling like? How y'all confidence is like?
Say it again.
How was your confidence during your playoff run?
I think we kind of during the, can you hear me, Glenn? I'm good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So during the playoffs, man, we were on a high right then. I thought we started hitting strides where we knew it was going to lead to that game against you guys. We knew that. I think everybody knew that. That's where that was going.
Cause we kind of shocked people. I don't think we was in the preseason. It was Talentine, Jackson, us. Then I forgot who was the next 4 and 5. And when I looked at that, I was just like, damn, the city believes in us that much. And not saying we didn't believe it because we had a lot of guys coming back, but there was like no preseason all-city player. Even though we had Bernard Mitchell, Sean Williams, Dave Adebanjo, Tiny Morton, right? During that time, those were the household names. So our coach, they were just scaring us the whole damn time, y'all. Oh, I'm telling y'all. Manhattan Center, word in the streets when we walk around and people found out we was playing y'all, it was just like, yeah, y'all beat West Dallas, y'all beat boys, y'all not beat Manhattan Center. And it was just like, okay. So we kind of relied on some of our strips right? Our Schultz is playing defense, hitting out all of our foul shots, and not letting other teams get second shots. That was basically our key to win.
Now y'all well coached, man. Well coached, man. Well coached.
Yeah, we were very well prepared, and I think with the job that Dave Alabanjo and I did on Tracy, because there was a pitch in the post with me guarding him, and you can see, I remember the play when he came and the ball was kind of getting out of his hands a little bit. And every time he missed or he did something wrong, I was just saying, thank you, Lord. Because I know any second he'd get it cracking. At any second.
And that was a back and forth game, man, if you don't remember.
Yes. Tell me how you saw the game. And what was your preparation beforehand?
It was if I'm not mistaken, I think you guys played a zone. You guys played a lot of zone that game. And we No. Did you?
No, we played man to man. We always play man. We played. We switched it up, but we always played man because I always had to guard the best guy. So we always played a lot of man. But my coach he wasn't one of those coaches who did switch it up. So we switch it up. We go zone. We go man. Diamond and 2, boxing 1. All of those things, coach would pull them out the bag.
And I remember our game plan was to get the ball more into Nate and get Carlton going down low. That was the game plan. To try to punish you guys down low. And
we didn't have any big man present. We didn't have. We had Peter Pierre, who was a great shot blocker, but he had no body.
And see,
so Sean Williams, who was a 3, had to be our 4 and our enforcer.
And what happened was, what hurt us, that because we only played 5, then only played 5 dudes. And when I fouled out, because we were up. I think we were up 3 when I fouled out. And I said, "Oh shit, this is over." And I remember after that game, sitting on the back of that basket, like, "Oh man."
Yeah, we went like we went easily 10, 12 deep.
I remember that. Because you had one of my good friends too, who was young at the time, from Brownsville. What's his name? Dow, yeah.
Yes.
Dow, yeah.
Jump shot Dow. Yes.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah. Yeah, man.
And that's where you know, y'all wore us down. Y'all wore us down. And that game to where, oh man, never forget that. Never recovered. So that's why when I saw those stories, I was cracking up. And I remember, that whole summer, man, Dave Alabanjo would, oh my God, he would listen to me, man.
That's right. Man. That's right. Yo, when I interviewed Kenny, he was saying they was looking past us.
Okay.
They were looking past us. Yeah, because they just beat St. Anthony's, right? With Tom Grice, he hit the last second shot. You know, he was the golden child. And I just remember the papers and everyone saying, you know, you guys are going to have a hard time with that North Carolina press that Malloy has. Thank God for Tiny. You know, him transferring into our school my sophomore year made a shitload of difference.
Yeah.
Right? If he don't transfer to Lincoln, a lot of things is different. A lot of things, even with his winning on the coaching side. Because he was supposed to go to another school. Actually, he was going to transfer the year after he came to Lincoln.
Right.
Because he wasn't getting a lot of burn. He was sharing a lot of that time with Sean Scarborough, who's another great guy from Lincoln, who left Lincoln early. He left Lincoln the year we won the city championship.
Oh, he left that year. Where did he go?
I don't know where Sean ended up at. I don't know if he went to college to play. Actually, I got to try to get him on here. Because that's my guy.
Wow.
And figure out that story. I know he had our school record of 21 assists in one game.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. My coach hated his game. Because it was the way he played.
It looked like
he's not going to be the coach's pet.
Right.
Nobody can rip him. His shit was unorthodox, and he got the job done, but it looked crazy.
Wow.
Especially in high school back then.
Didn't he play in the city after that somewhere?
I'm not sure. I know he became big in the tournament scene.
Wow.
I gotta find out. I'll find out tonight. I'll definitely find out tonight.
Wow. But yeah, that goes to show you how tough it was back then, man. Because then y'all beat OSL too. That's with Arnold Bernard and them.
Listen, we had Kenny in them the first night, overtime.
Wow.
Dave Banjo blocks Kenny's shot. He's about to repeat history again. He pulls up for the key. Dave Banjo nips it. He goes in and out. We win.
Wow.
The next night, get it? I'm saying night, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next night, we play against Our Savior Lutheran with Dwayne Ivory. They had another kid and Arnold Bernard. The team that four of them were good. We beat them in double overtime.
Wow.
Only to play King Rice and them in the championship 12-30 the next day.
Wow.
So,
man.
you know how that go.
Yeah.
It was a great run, but I knew what New York was doing. They wanted to give their golden child, who was going to North Carolina, the easy ride to the state. And he was Mr. Basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to 5-star one year. Antoine Lewis cooked them crazy. I think he was in a 5-star BC with Antoine Lewis, who was crazy. I'm talking about, he bust King Rice so bad, Antoine Lewis got a scholarship to Kansas, like in 1 week.
Wow. Do you remember? I think we played up in Syracuse. We played against King Rice, and we were looking at him. We were like, "This is the dude."
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes. I never thought he was good.
Me neither.
He had other guys in his team that was very good. It was this one dude, Coleman, who I was playing against. He actually went to play football at Syracuse. This motherfucker was strong.
Wow.
And I think right then in that time, I should have been hitting the weight rooms.
But see, we didn't have that. Yeah, we didn't have it back then. Nobody was thinking on that.
No.
Weights, nah.
Right.
Nobody was thinking. Nobody. That's why I always tell my kids, you got to get stronger. You got to change your body.
You have to, because I seen you, and then seen you in college. Whoa, big difference. There's a picture on my page of you either chasing down Pat Burke, because I had Pat Burke on, and he was like, "Oh shit, I think that's John Arnold," and it is you.
Yo, you gotta see that picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you that picture, and you was just like, I was like, yeah, that's how you change your body on them, man.
Oh, that's funny, man. That is too funny.
So now we move on to your senior year. How you guys do your senior year?
We did all right. It was tough, man. We lost. We lost a lot. We lost both Tracy and Al. And it turned to where we were young. Now, we became young with Carl's a sophomore, and just me and Nate was seniors. Everybody else was sophomores, and I think Dre was a freshman. So it just completely changed. It became more growing pains now. So we had like a real on and off year, and we wound up losing to Stevenson in the playoffs.
And they wound up winning it that year.
Yeah. That's where had I'm a man. OJ wound up going to OJ went to Fairfield, and my buddy Reggie Galt at Marist with the Marist.
Okay.
Yeah, and Big Bill Singleton.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So you guys don't do well. Who did you get recruited by?
No, we did well. We did well. We just didn't. We didn't.
You're gonna get back to the chip.
Yeah,
but since you guys are losing, you guys lost a lot of good players. And I think this would guys get it twisted. Since you guys lost a lot of good players, I don't think guys don't realize college coaches are still coming to the game. They're still coming to recruit you guys.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, the fact that, you know, we playing during, you know, playing AAU, absolutely. And shit, after that year, that my senior year, I had Iona was coming to the games. I had a bunch of the locals, but you know, I had a bunch of D2s, and everything was, you know, you gotta play D1. I'm playing D1. And I never forget, man, what's the kid from Lafayette? Was it Bernard Kelly?
Bernard Kelly. Bernard Kelly.
And I think it was Fresno, right? Fresno was recruiting three of us. It was me, him, and BJ Carter. And so how recruiting goes. We're gonna go down the list. So Bernard was the first one to go on that visit, and it broke my heart to find out he signed on that visit.
Wow.
Yep, he signed on. He was the bigger of the three, so he
Right.
signed. You know, and then from there, you know, listening to my coach, it's bad advice. My coach, oh wait, you know, because Tracy and Al went to Murray State. And the plan was Tracy and Al go to Murray State, Johnny, you going afterwards. That was the plan. And Tracy wound up transferring, which left Al stranded because Tracy was really the guy they really wanted. So Al wound up leaving, and my coach telling me wait till it got so late. You know, all I had was just tools, man. And I said, you know what? I didn't play with Riverside, and Lois was like, look, just go a year prep, and those same schools will recruit you. They'll come back. And that's what I did. I went to Milford.
In Connecticut.
Yeah. And you know, some came back, and it's funny because I did well. I did well in school. You know, did well on my SATs, and I had a lot of Patriot leagues. So I visited Lafayette. I even went up to Colgate,
Mm.
and it was funny. I went to St. Francis, right? What's his name was the coach? His brother, Valvano. Val
Yeah,
Valvano.
yes.
When I got there, this was during Thanksgiving, and when I got there, so I said, "Where's the dorms?" He said, "Hey, it's no dorms." You know, I said, "So how? You know, where's the team stay?" He said, "Oh, they have apartments. So how do they pay for it? Oh, we get 1,200 a month." My eyes lit
I'm
up. Well,
there.
your eyes lit up.
I'm
I
there.
said,
I'm there.
1,200.
Now you stay home for that 1,200. What?
Yo, Glenn, and I was so drained from the process, man, because you know how it was. Everybody, everywhere you went, you played. Everybody asking, "Yo, what school you going to? What school you going?" You got tired of it.
Yeah.
And once I committed, man, I got back to school, man. Now I'm getting phone calls, Indiana State. I'm getting all these phone calls now. But at that time, I'm like, fuck it, it's over, man.
That's right.
And I
That's
stuck
right.
with it. Stuck with it. Yeah,
And that was in the Northeast Conference.
yeah.
We played definitely. Again, we see each other again.
We see each other again. Yeah, and Tiny.
Yes.
Tiny,
Yes.
my sophomore year, Tiny with LA. I got him back my sophomore year, though.
Really? Tell me about that,
Yeah.
man. Please tell me about that.
No, I got MVP. I got MVP that game. You know, we have like the Battle of Brooklyn game with LIU.
Right.
Yeah. Yep, my sophomore year. Got him
What
back
were
that
you
year.
thinking? What were you thinking before that game was even scheduled? Like when you saw that game on the schedule, what were you thinking?
Absolutely. Here's my chance to get him back. That's all I was thinking. Because Dave was on that team too, I think. Dave
Yeah.
Adebayo was on that team. And, and,
Yeah.
and, and I rubbed that in Dave. I rubbed that in his face. Got him back. Yep. Too funny, man.
That's
Too
real.
funny.
That's real. You know, I kind of remind guys a lot, you know, about the way Tiny played back in the days. A lot of people, they so revered about his coaching, which is rightfully so. But definitely a hell of a point guard. He was another point guard as well.
1,000%. Tiny. Some people I even got, because remember back then I had the little S curl thing in, right? And I remember Tiny getting the S curl.
Yes, him and his brother Slice had it. Yep.
Oh man, it was too funny, man. And they would, some people, yo, you my man Tiny, they would always say it. I always get that.
Wow.
Too funny, man. Yep. Too funny,
Wow.
man.
So,
yeah, man.
How did you enjoy college?
It was good, man. It was it's different from high school, man. College it shit becomes a job, practicing
Yes.
every day, man. And I went through 3 different coaches. Valvano left.
So,
Yeah, he left. He recruited me, and you get there, come to find out he left. then you got a new guy, and then I had a new coach my senior year. So it was good though, man. It was a great experience. Great experience, man.
Yeah, I experienced that at FDU. A lot of our assistant coaches use FDU as a revolving door to better situations. Same way they probably
Yeah.
did with St.
St.
Francis.
Francis. Same thing.
So
Yep.
there was nobody to really connect with. And I had dinner with my coach last week at a barbecue, and we talked for like 2 hours. And I told him, I was like, wow, within these 2 hours of us talking, I got to know you more in 2 hours than I did in 4 years of playing with you, playing for you.
Yeah. We got my senior year. We got Gangland, who's actually it's funny. He's an assistant at St. Francis now. He came from UNLV. He was with Top, when they won that year, and he brought that whole that photo you see with that photo with me dribbling is we're playing Seton Hall. That's PJ Carlissimo in the background. We're playing. That's what Seton Hall didn't have that gym. Seton Hall was in the little theater like they had.
That's right.
That theater, right. And he came from there. That was my senior year. That was Gangland coaching that team. And he brought that whole system in, man. Running gun, full court, man. 40 minutes of pressure. Yeah.
He's definitely a throwback coach, man. So I got a few more questions. I'm gonna let you go, man.
Okay.
What is your thoughts on the state of New York City basketball?
It's I'm gonna go get some. I'm going to wear some more light. So hang with me. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the part where y'all want to listen.
Yeah.
Right? This New York City basketball is on life support right now. I know we got a lot of people pouring money into the city, but if you're a ball player and you really know what's going on, we on life support. You talk to anybody in any other state, you talk to all those guys, you ask about New York City basketball, they kind of laugh at it.
Yeah, but you know what though, it's you got a lot of your top kids leaving. You got a lot of them leaving. I think the coaching is different. I think everybody, they put a lot of it on AAU. They blame AAU, but I don't agree with that. I think the kids spend more time with the high school. And, how can you not get a kid better or do better for a kid if you're with the kid 4, maybe 5 months, you practice 6 days a week, 3 hours, and that's the difference. And you got 3, everybody say, oh, Nike. Nike is not, I don't think it's Nike that's running. I think you got the New York Lightning, you got the Rens, you got PSA Cardinals. Those are your your New York City based teams. It's funny because it's like Lightning is more like the Broncos. Rens and PSA is more like your Gaucho Riverside back then with maybe your premier player. Where the Lightning is more blue collar. You may not have an top elite kid, but you got a bunch of Division I ball players that they all go to school, like our team. Everybody went to school, and I'm gonna tell you this as well, like using Malloy as an example, right? Malloy played in the B division in high school,
and Troy, right?
And Troy, but they were killers.
Yeah,
they were killers. They could have easily transferred to one of the schools and empowered. Now, you got kids where these kids are like either. If I'm not going to a Christ the King or one of you, I'm leaving, I'm out. Nobody want to say, all right, let me go here and make my own way. That's not happening anymore.
Listen, my man can vouch for this. I coached a kid whose father thought his kid was better than what he was.
Mm-hmm.
Kid went to Christ the King. Did he play? Yo. Did what's the name play at Christ the King? Lil Kenny.
Oh yeah.
He played the A?
Yeah. He played the
B team.
Yeah.
Right. So this kid went to Christ the King all 4 years. Played JV 2 years. Yeah. Freshman, played JV and was on the B division, B team the rest of his career.
Mm-hmm.
Now am I knocking that? No. but if he was at another school, right, that he would have got more out of his talent.
Exactly. Yeah.
He would have been better off.
And CG, what I explain, because I'm on the island now, right? And I try to explain to a lot of these parents and these kids, it's nothing wrong with having your space, as long as you got a plan and you got you got your AAU intact. As long as you got your AAU intact and you got a plan, you're fine. But most of these kids, they don't think like that. They think, all right, I gotta go from Long Island all the way to this school because I assume that's where they're getting it. Nah, man. Sometimes it may be best for you to stay home, get better, or learn how to lead. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
you got your AAU intact. You're fine. I think you'll be fine. Most of these kids and parents don't understand that.
Well, name the 3 AAU teams you mentioned again.
New York Lightning, the Wrens, and PSA Cardinals.
Cool. And that's for my man Joe. Pat Alphonse want to know what team are you coaching right now? Are you coaching AAU?
Yeah, I'm with the New York Lightning. I got one of the 8th grade groups. So it's so different now, man. When we played, man, it's different, man, because we played some of your best run was right here in the city. You got kids, 10-year-old kids that played more basketball than you and I did all the way through college. 10-year-old kids, where there's no hunger left to want to get better, man, or to grow. You got kids doing things that at 10 years old we couldn't do till we was 14, 15. And now with the whole reclass thing, like we played up. We took pride in playing up. Like in my park, we had Dow, McDonald, Tip, and all these old guys where they allowed us to play in the park with them. Where these kids now, man, you got kids, they want to play down, just want to get an advantage. It's backwards, man. It's backwards.
Earl Robinson said the same thing. That's one of the biggest problems he have with kids reclassing. It's another way, to try to build an advantage.
Yeah.
Right. And then when you run against those top tier guys who always played up, who body's ready and mental capacity's already set, you're going to have trouble.
Mm-hmm. It's different. It's different when you got a 13-year-old kid playing against a 15-year-old kid. That's not real. It's not real. And when you see it, but those are the kids that everybody are putting on pedestals. When you see all these kids talking about I'm reclassing up, nah, you just going back to your natural, where you should be. That's what's happening. Right. And then you see a lot of these guys, they count out kids too early. Just because you're not that dude 7th, 8th grade, they count them out.
All right, we're gonna come back with one more session. All right, It's about to end up. All right, So, what do you think we can do as a basketball community to get New York City back the way it's supposed to be?
It's tough, man. The mentality is different now, Glenn. It's everybody wanted microwave. Everybody wanted now. I want my kid to be the best 4th grader. I want my kid to be the best 7th grader. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I don't know. I think me personally, I think the parents are too involved. The parents are too involved because you got a lot of parents that never played.
Holy shit! Yo, it's so crazy, right? Oh, put that. Yo, go ahead. Speak for a sec, Jay. Go ahead. This is my boy. You know what I'm saying? My friend. Give the camera, Jay. He's a coach as well. Played at Jackson. Tell them what you were just saying.
I just said the parents. It's like they're too much. They think they're the coach, the parent, and like the agent, and the and everything. Yeah. They just need to stay in the parents, place, and then the coaches do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Then but they do mess up. They do mess up the kid because they're too involved.
Too involved. I mean, gee, it's so bad now. you don't even know the kid. You deal with the parent more than the actual kid. You got a coach. It's bad, man. And they know it all. They're talking to too many people. You know you could tell when you're talking to a parent. They spoke to about 10 different people because now they're picking your brain. You know,
Right.
and if they don't think you're part of that upper echelon of basketball, they may not know you played or what you've been through. Oh man, they look at you like you blue in the face. You know, and I'm telling you, it's so bad out on Long Island, man. And when I look at it, that's why I do what I do with my guys because Long Island is in a world of trouble because these kids don't have a chance. All the college coaches I talk to, like the kid that's at Seton Hall, Jared wrote it. John, that kid is not from Long Island. I'm like, yes, he's from Long Island. No, he's not. I'm like, yes, he's from Long Island. You know,
Wow.
it's just the kid has been groomed different and developed different. That's to me that's the bottom line, man. It's about who you're dealing with, who's grooming the parent, who's educating the parent, who's educating the kid on the process. They don't know the process.
Yeah, we got Rick Combs. He played that Wagner with Pat Burke.
Okay.
He's a Long Island guy.
Right, I saw him. I think I saw him. I think I might have played against my freshman year at Madison.
Yeah, he said
at
same
St.
thing.
Francis. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said that Long Island is in a world of trouble. He said when he first went out there, he thought guys from Long Island couldn't play, and Long Island had us together. He said, but as the years went on, a lot of guys, want to join gangs and do other things instead of play ball.
I'm sorry, I lost you for a second. I'm good. Say it again.
No, he said that a lot of the guys just want to play ball that would usually play ball or joining gangs and doing other things now instead of playing ball out on Long Island.
You know, it's funny. I don't see the gang thing as much, and I'm right here in Baldwin, which is a town over from Rick. He's in Uniondale, and these kids just don't have anybody. They don't have help like we had. We had coaches where our coach said, guess what? You got to get out and spread your wings. It's so bad. Glenn, these kids, they play with their high school, right? And then they play in tournaments together against the same dudes they're going to play high school during the season. And then play in the same summer tournaments, they play against the same kids. So these kids don't get out to spread their wings. And then I look at the park. It cracks me up, man. These kids don't play full court. I'm like, how are you getting better if you don't play full court? That's backwards to me, man.
Right.
Right. And then when you're actually trying to help a kid, the kid is all over the place, man. These kids don't know how to say thank you for helping me. It's bad, man. So that's why I enjoy it, and I think for the most part, the kids that I've worked with, man, got something out of it, man. Even the young ladies. Let me not forget them.
That's right. Look, right now in New York City, there are more girls going Division I than guys across the platform. They are out competing the guys on every level.
Check this out. Right here in Baldwin, right? Baldwin, the girls, I say the last 5 years, every girl is going to school. 2 years ago, they had 6 Division I ball players on that team. High D1 ball players on that team. The boys haven't had one Division I ball player to come out of Baldwin or benefited from the Baldwin situation. It's sad and it's backwards. And that coach that's at Baldwin, man, is phenomenal. I watched that guy tell the teachers in the elementary schools, if you see an athlete, get their name and number in elementary, to where the boys don't have that opportunity here. But yet you got good ball players. Everybody's picking the Baldwin ball players. Kids get something after they leave Baldwin, or that happens. But sometimes when you want to win, to me winning it's not winning if that kid doesn't get an opportunity afterwards. That's not winning.
Yes, I talk about all the city basketball teams.
especially Brooklyn, when we got Jefferson, Lincoln, boys and girls, right? I don't know if all these kids are going to college. I know Ron Felt sends all of his kids to college, and the only kid that didn't go to college in all the years he's been there is one kid, and that kid didn't want to go on his own. Wow. I want to give a shout out to my guy, Mark Petit's in the room, Laura Millie's in the room. What's up, Laura? She was the first New York City Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Nice.
Great. And now that females have taken reign in New York and leading into Division I schools and better universities and having a chance at a better education, I just think they just getting their just due.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. The girls, I love watching girls play. I love working with the girls.
Fundamentally sound. Wow.
You rarely get the attitude. They just work, man. They just work. Got a young lady now, Clark's Schooner. She's at Minnesota.
Okay.
Workaholic. And that's all it is. I just think these kids need coaches got to care more, man. It can't be just about winning and losing, and another thing, not developing my young talent. Let me take in a transfer just to patch my situation up for this year, and then I'm doing it again next year. You're hurting the younger kids. If that younger kid is better than that senior, guess what? Why not you develop him? You bring him along, because guess what? He's going to be a better ball player for you. That's what we had. Even if it's just, all right, you going to dress for the games, like what I experienced. Suit up. These guys now, if you can't help me now, I can't use you. I get it, but the kids hurt in the long run. Yeah, I'm not with knocking the AAU programs, because those are the ones that have the power now, and those are the ones that are helping these kids. Well,
definitely salute to the Long Island Lightning. They definitely been doing it for years. Have a lot of great coaches on their coaching staff. Have a lot of blue collar guys who really care about the kids. Salute to you guys. I know my guy Charles Jones over there, Todd Davis over there. You know what I'm saying? So David Dinkle, salute.
Yeah, and that's in a nutshell. I think the high schools, their role is you got to be teacher, man, because you spend too much time with these kids. There's no way a kid shouldn't get better if that kid is with you 5-6 months in a year and you're practicing all that time. And the AAU, it's you got to beg kids to come to practice. You may get 1 or 2 practices a week, with the AAU. So it's crazy.
Everybody's complaining about gyms. We don't have a gym. A lot of schools didn't have gyms back then. But dudes made it happen some kind of way.
Yeah, you got the park. G, I tell all my kids, what we looked forward to was the summers, because we couldn't wait to go back to show the coach how much we got. I got to let me get away from my coach for the summer. Yeah. And when I come back, he's going to say, damn, you got better. And I stress that with my kids. Got to get away from your coach, man. Don't let your coach, that voice in your head the whole year. Get away, come back, and get better. Yeah.
Because he'll see a different person in you.
Yeah. The power shifted. It shifted. Yep, park. Absolutely. Somebody put park, 1,000%. Get to the park.
Yo, let me tell you, that's how guys got better. Right? You went to the park, we watched the games on Saturdays and Sundays, go right to the park. And if you were good, you got picked. If not, you got next.
Yeah, you got next, yeah.
And now, it was so packed back then, I had guys like 5, 6, 7 nexts, right? You lose a game and you wasn't good, you might not play no more.
Yeah. And that's what we did. We were up in Harlem, 145th Park, right? I can remember like Lee Green and everybody would bring 5 to the park, and we couldn't wait to get out there. Park packed, and then we just playing pickup.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let me get my them in here real quick. He said, Tyrone Davis, Dana Dingle, John Arnold. What a great coaching staff. Wow. Salute, Stem.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
Good program,
So,
man. It's blue collar.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, great program, blue collar.
I need Todd Davis. Already spoke to Charles. Charles said he works at night, so it's kind of hard for him. So I think I'm gonna do an afternoon thing with Charles. But definitely reach out to Todd Davis. Tell him Pooh need him to come on the show, and I know you're gonna holler at your other people for me. I appreciate that, brother.
Dana said he'll do it. You know, he just right now he just can't. You know, he said he'll need a little more time. He said he'll do it eventually, though.
Got you. So,
Yep.
who's the best high school player, college player, and pro that you played against? I need one from each category. High school, college, and pro.
High school. Wow. We include AAU or just high school?
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh man, Alonzo Mourning. I was actually when I did that prep year, I was allowed to go back out, and I played with Riverside. At Sean Greenness, Alonzo Mourning. That was our team. Alonzo Mourning blocked 28 shots.
Wow.
At Sean got about 10 of those. He punched Sean shot about 10 times.
Wow.
Oh man.
I have a quick story real quick. When we went to BC and we was coming on, getting off the bus, and we was pulling up, we started hearing they were playing the New York song by Frank Sinatra. New York. So we get off the bus and we think they just playing it for us. Mm-hmm. So we getting our bags off the bus, whatever. The Virginia bus pull up. You know what song they playing?
What?
It's morning.
Oh wow.
I said, yo, they playing the song for this one motherfucker. They playing the whole state song for us.
Wow.
We knew shit was real. We was like, wow. That's how you know when you leave the city, you ain't the big shit no more.
Wow.
You think you're the big shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you was in 10th grade then.
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not,
so college. Go ahead.
High school. It had to be Zoe and Bobby Hurley. Like me and Malloy Papa, we always did well against Kenny. But Bob Hurley, man, oh my God, man. Remember that Road Runner team?
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. Yo. He gave us fits, man. Bob Hurley gave us fits, man. He gave us fits. And believe it or not, college, man, I gotta say Fred Burton, man. He was about 6'4". We couldn't do anything with him.
Wow.
Yep.
Facts.
And that's just me giving him his props because he would destroy us.
Right.
We couldn't do nothing with Fred. Fred was like little Moses Malone. Couldn't touch the backboard, but we couldn't do nothing with him. Fred had moves, man.
Wow.
Get that, man. Yeah. Yep.
So do we count Alonzo Mourning as the pro as well, or you gonna give me another name?
Yeah. He's a pro. Yeah, I would put Kenny in there. Kenny is the other pro. But we Kenny's family, man. Glenn, come on. We played against Kenny so many times, man.
That's right.
He's family, man.
That's right.
Kenny would always come uptown when he made the league. He'd always come uptown and hang with us, man. We'd always talk about it.
Salute to my guy, Chids.
1000%, yep.
No doubt. So,
yeah.
What we usually ask everyone is who they like to nominate on the show, but we already spoke about that.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you coming on the show, my brother.
Yeah, man.
We're going to keep these lines of communication open.
Absolutely,
right?
Man. Absolutely.
And whatever I can do on my end to help you, whatever, I know I can just call you for anything, brother. So
Absolutely, man.
Right.
Glenn, I love the show, man. Love it, man. We need this, man. Basketball needs this.
Thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
So before you leave, because I always forget to do this. Hold on. Always forget to do this. Oh shit. See, this is crazy because I don't get to see it until it's finished. Right? Look at my man here.
I need that, man. That's dope, man. Wow.
Look how detailed this shit is, man.
Yo, that's crazy, man. Wow. That's fire.
So like I always tell everybody, we are so backed up in this. He just did it while we were talking.
Yo, Glenn, that's crazy, man. Wow.
Yeah. Look, I got so many joints. He took there was a whole bunch on the side. See, he had Coach. We still gotta get Coach Haskins his.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
That's
my
fire,
God,
man.
definitely a dope artist
That's fire.
for sure. And we'll be sending it out to you soon, my brother.
Yeah, man. Glenn, thank you, man. Love it, man.
Thank
Keep
you. I
doing
love
what you're
you
doing,
too,
man. Love
man.
it. All right.
Appreciate you, brother.